Line, left field, and deep, and gone!
Well, there you go, Nelson Velasquez. That first pitch take makes all the difference. Gilbert has to come in the strike zone for him. Velasquez with a heck of a swing. Fastball inside, just brings those hands in and absolutely delivers the power shot.
It may be after dark, but Royals fans everywhere are saying, hey, 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 hey. The boys in blue are victorious tonight over the Miami Marlins. Final score 4-2, moving to 26-18 on the season. Welcome to the Royals recap. My name is Jacob Milham. I am one half of the Royals Rundown podcast. If you prefer your recaps or your however you ingest baseball information in a written format, you got to go check out royalsreview.com, where you have the news, analysis, and commentary you need on all things Kansas City Royals. Let's go ahead and dive into tonight's game, because truthfully, this was a pitching duel for much of the contest. Two great starts from Michael Wacha and Logan Gilbert. Wacha, he is victorious on the end of it, earning his third win on the 2024 season. He pitched 6 innings, only allowing 3 hits and 1 earned run, a solo shot, and only walking 2 batters with 7 strikeouts. Like, that is, the changeup was working, the cutter was working tonight as well. It was a pretty damn good start from the veteran tonight. On the other end of it, Logan Gilbert, he was the better starter for much of this contest. But a 3-run home run from Nelson Velasquez really soured his final line on the night, earning him the loss, the second loss of his young 2024 career, And then between John Schreiber and James McArthur both pitching more than an inning, the bullpen kept things in check. Schreiber came in and got 5 outs, which was really, really good. He exited after getting hit by a Julio Rodriguez line drive right into his midsection. So that, hopefully it's nothing serious. Hopefully just smarts a little bit. But he was great tonight. Only allowed 2 hits, no earned runs, 1 strikeout. Not dominant and overpowering, but like I've said before, he keeps the opposition off the scoreboard. A .9 ERA. All right, we are well past the quarter mark of the season, and this guy still has a sub-1 ERA coming out of the bullpen, just between that arm slot, between some of the velocity, some of the movement. John Schreiber is having an excellent season so far in Kansas City. James McArthur earns his 10th save on the season with a 4-out save. His home run that he allowed makes it's very concerning. It really is. He's allowed 3 home runs across his last 4 appearances. All right, and like that's not what you want to see from your closer, the presumptive 9th inning guy. That's not what you want at all. Now I get it. He came back, he bounced back, got the save, got 3 strikeouts when it was all said and done. But this long ball issue is an issue that needs to be addressed. My podcast co-host, Jeremy Greco, talked about it on X a little bit, saying that he's seeing a mechanical issue. I would love to talk about that some more tomorrow, see what issue he is noticing. But whatever it is, this is a recent run. It's not good. It's not good for the Royals. It's not good for the fans out there, because James McArthur, for a good stretch of the season so far, was the guy that you could trust to come out of the bullpen and keep the opposition off the scoreboard. Now you come out and you expect him allowing a run. Like, that's not what you want at all. Onesie twosie stuff, that's okay. But this is so consistent that this is an issue. His ERA balloons to 4.58 on the season so far. Overall, Royals pitching, they won today. 11 strikeouts, only 2 walks, and the damage was done on 2 solo home runs. So hard to get mad about that. Without a doubt, the hero today was Nelson Velasquez. We never doubted the power. We always knew the power was there. That is why folks have trusted the process with him and always held out a little bit of hope. So his 1 home run and 3 RBIs tonight will hide the fact that he still had a 3 strikeout night. Like, it wasn't great, but you know what? He got 4 total bases. He put the Royals in front, and they did not look back after the top of the 7th. So that was great. Looking at the rest of the lineup, this was a pretty quiet night from the bats. It really was. Only 5 total hits as a team. Bobby Witt Jr. hitless again. Vinny Pasquantino hitless as well. Michael Massey had a rough game, grounding into 2 double plays and just stifling a lot of the early inning scoring chances or probabilities that the Royals had. Overall, when they had guys in scoring position, they produced. They went 2 for 4, and they only left 2 runners on base. So with minimal chances, the Royals did produce tonight. So that was reassuring. MJ Melendez had another tough night at the plate, 2 strikeouts, hitless himself. Hunter Renfroe, he had a good little night on his own, 1 hit, 1 walk. And Garrett Hampson, starting out in center field, had a hit on the night. If you missed it on social media, Kyle Isbell he's still with the team. He's not injured. However, he is suffering from an illness that wasn't serious enough to sideline him completely. Quatrero said that he's still available off the bench tonight, and maybe we see him start in the series finale against the Mariners, or they just ride out Dairon Blanco or Garrett Hampson. So we'll see what happens there. Michael Garcia got his 10th stolen base on the season, so good for him. Bobby Witt Jr. and Dairon Blanco all in double digits for stolen bases. That is absolutely excellent. A lot of base running threats on this Royals roster. Game time, 2 hours and 31 minutes. Total attendance north of 20,000 in T-Mobile Park. So good for the Seattle faithful getting out there on a Tuesday evening and watching a Mariners loss. The Royals snap a 8-game losing streak up there in Seattle, and they moved to 26-18. And I'm sure you heard it on the broadcast, but I gotta say it again. They have already matched their first half season win total from last year. Heading into the All-Star break, the Royals only had 26 wins. Okay, we're sitting here on May 14th. I almost said 15th because it's after midnight, but Central Standard Time on May 14th, and they already have 26 wins. It's great stuff. They're currently sitting second in the AL Central. They're still within striking range. I'm not watching the scoreboard too much because the Royals have to handle their business before they can really worry about where they're sitting in the standings, if you ask me. So, bats, at the end of the day, they get it done. They are only the 10th team so far this year to score I believe more than 200 runs. Let me look over this just to make sure that I did not miss it. Yeah, 10th team in baseball this year to get to 200 runs, according to David Lesky. So overall, the bats are alive. They're just very, very inconsistent. So that's not what you want to see. Hopefully they go into the series finale, get the series win, and go back to Kauffman Stadium riding high. Here's another thing that I'm pretty sure Jeremy is going to point out tomorrow. But with tonight's win, the Royals ensured that they once again will not get swept, or have not gotten swept yet. Excuse me. Let me give you a little bit more information on that. Think about all the baseball the Royals have played so far this year. They've lost some series, they've won some series, but they have yet to be swept. They are competitive in each and every series. And that competitive nature served them well tonight. That was the difference between winning and losing. They didn't see Gilbert just completely overpowering them and hang their heads low and phone it in for the last 3 innings. They came to the top of the 7th. They put themselves up on top, and they trusted the process. So, Royals win 4-2. I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here. Let's go ahead and look at some Spotify Q&A. So if y'all are listening to us anywhere other than Spotify, head on over there if you want to interact with our polls and Q&As. After each episode, I will ask, hey, what did you think about this game? I'll ask you a question in the polls. So on the recaps, I just ask, like, hey, what do you think about this game? K-Stater74 says, need to get runners in when in scoring position. And yeah, that was the main issue on Monday night. And then for the poll, I asked, do you believe in Brady? Because Brady Singer had a very, very rough start on Monday. And it was split 50-50 on yes and no. So there are some believers, there are some doubters out there. We will have to wait and see how Brady rebounds from that start. I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here. My name is Jacob Milham. Thank you so much for joining me on tonight's Royals recap. Make sure to follow us, leave us a 5-star review on whatever platform you're listening. It really, really helps out the podcast, and I truly appreciate it. Thank you for joining me, and until next time, go Royals!